morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about multiples. Multiples are not hard, but they're important and we need to know how to find them and how to do them. So I'm going to show you different strategies today in order to find the multiples of a number. Multiples. All right. What is a multiple? A multiple is kind of like a product. It's the answer to a multiplication problem, but it's also of one specific number. So multiple is the product or answer to a multiplication problem when working with one specific number. You might be saying, okay, what the heck does that even mean, Miss Farmer? Don't worry, I promise I'll show you examples so you'll understand what it means when you see it. Because this kind of makes it sound like it's something hard. It's not. It's going to be really simple once you understand it, okay? How do you find multiples? This is awesome. There's a few different ways we find multiples. First one, super easy, skip counting. Skip counting is something you did like in early elementary school, like when you were a little itty bitty. You should be good at it. If you're not so good at it yet, we need to work on it because that's how you get really good at your multiplication facts. That's how you get really good at finding multiples. That's how you get really good at math. So you do skip counting, or you can use repeated addition. So if I was trying to find the multiples of, say, 2, I could use skip counting and I could be like, well, that's easy. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, because 2s are easy to skip count with. But if I was trying to find the multiples of a number like, 17, all right, I might get 17, 34, and now I'm out. I don't know anymore. But I can use my repeated addition to keep going and keep finding them. So if I was at 17 plus 17, that's what gave me my 34, okay? So that was the first one, then I use repeated addition and I go 34 plus 17, yeah, it's 11, right? 4, 5, all right, now we're at 51. I had no idea that 3 17s made 51. That's not something you just know off the top of your head, but now we can see it, so we do know it, okay? That's the reason we would use repeated addition. If it's like a random number that we don't know how to skip count very well with. That happens, it's okay. And you can just use multiplication. This one's when you know how many you need. So like if I was doing 17 3 times, I could have just done 17 times 3 and then found it out by going 21, 3, 4, 5, and I would have still gotten the same answer. If you're like, how the heck did you do that? Don't worry, we'll get to that eventually. All right, so there's skip counting, repeated addition, or just multiplication. Those are your examples of what we can do. We will do more practice, I promise. Why would we need to find a multiple? I'm going to get real serious with you right now. I'm real honest. In real life, like in adult human life, you might need to find a multiple when you're baking something. When I'm making a box of brownies and it calls for 2 eggs, but I decide I'm going to make 3 boxes of brownies, how many eggs do I need? Well, I need 2 times 3, now I need 6 eggs instead of 2. That's the time I might find multiples. For other times in life, I'm so sorry, guys. For other times in life, like your lives right now, the reasons you're going to need to be able to find multiples is for tests like PSSAs. And for like the CDT test that you already should have taken. Those types of tests will give you things like, Sally sits at a bus stop and the bus comes every 24 minutes. But Amber rides her bike every 50 minutes. How often do these people ride at the same time? And it's random weird things like that, but we're gonna look at that. I'm really sorry. Now, I apologize for the umpteenth time, but we find multiples because we have to. Sometimes it's because the test is making us, sometimes it's because real life is actually needing us to, okay? That's why we find multiples. We're gonna go on and we're gonna practice on 2 or 3 of the pages. And you're gonna be like, really, Miss Farmer, this is super duper easy. Yeah, and then I'm gonna throw in one hard one, and that's it. All right, it's gonna be a super quick lesson. Because today is just an introduction. Today isn't supposed to be hard, today is supposed to be easy for you, okay? So, it says, let's practice. Find the first 10 multiples of 2. Now, unlike factors, multiples go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, and they never ever stop, okay? Factors, you have an endpoint. In multiples, you don't. So your teacher, me, needs to give you one, and I said the first 10, which means I need to find 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to find the first 10 multiples because there's no endpoints. I could go on forever with these, all right? Now, the first multiple is always the number, okay, because it's 2. If we're doing the multiples of 2, this would be 2 times 1 is 2. 4, 6, 8. Do you guys see that I'm skip counting? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Do you guys also notice that I could just keep going? 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. All right. 2s are kind of easy, all right? That was super simple, right? So let's try one that's just a little bit harder. Let's find the first 10 multiples of 8. And if you're like, oh my goodness, Miss Farmer, how do I do that? I know that it starts with an 8, and now I'm lost. Well, you can do it a few different ways. Here is just, you could do the skip counting if you know them, which you should because 8s are a common number. But if you don't know them, use repeated addition, okay? What's 8 2 times? 8 plus 8 equals 16. Okay, 2 times 16. And then I take 16 because that's 2 times, and I add another 8 equals 24. So 3 8s is 24, okay? And if your repeated addition is working for you, keep it going, all right? If I went again, I'd be like, okay, well now we're on 24, plus another 8, okay, we're at 32. And if you're like, Miss Farmer, how are you doing this in your head? I know my 8s, that's why it's easy for me. If you don't know your 8s, you might want to make your additions vertical so that you can do them a little easier. I don't like doing horizontal additions, but I like the way it lines up right now. Another way, if you're like, I don't like doing repeated addition, and I don't know my 8s, I can't just skip count, is make up a little number line right here. Now, I'm going to start at 24. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to start at 32 because that's where we're at. You can start wherever you need to. So I'm going to go 32. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 more. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And that's a jump of 8. Plus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 48, that's another jump of 8, right there, plus 8. So I just now found out that 5 8s, because I was already at 4, will get me at 40. 6 8s will get me at 48, because I did 2 jumps on the number line. If you have a number line and it starts at 0, you can do that too. You can start at 0 here, and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 50. Now, if I did this, I'm just going to go back to the beginning real fast. The first one would be like, okay, we go from 0. 0 is always our starting point. and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to write 8 there so I know what I'm at. And that's my first jump of plus 8. Then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's my next jump. If I don't know what it is, I'm like, okay, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then I go another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was my next jump. All of these are plus 8s up top. What do you think this one is? You should know it. 24. Very good. And then I get to 32. You guys see how this works? How you can use a number line, you can use repeated addition, you can just skip count. Any of these things work. Alright? This is finding multiples. You're going to be asked to find the first 10 multiples of all the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Maybe 10. I don't remember. It's not super hard. This is your intro. Tomorrow it gets a little more difficult, so you need to be able to find your multiples. Figure out which strategy works best for you. Get in on a Zoom meeting if you need some extra help. Figure out what's best and get started. Good luck, guys.